everyone, and welcome to Have a Wonderful Day. This is your boy Javier, and today we're going to be headed to Showcase of Citrus, located in Clermont, Florida, which is about an 18-mile commute from here, 27 minutes to be exact. And I'm very excited about this place. Why? Because I traveled through State Road 27, which is where it's located, and I've seen this place a lot. It's drawn my attention, but I've never really kind of stopped by and looked in. Now that I want to go in there, I looked at their website, and they have a lot of stuff that you could do, a lot of activities for, for families, like gem mining. They have some pets or some animals there that you can feed. They also have what they call on their website the world's largest 4x4 tour, which I'm very excited about. As a matter of fact, when you're on the road traveling on State Road 27, you can see one of the 4x4s as they put it along the side of the road, so you can kind of have an idea what they look like. And I'm very excited to go in there. They have some food carts there. One of them happened to be like Cuban food, so that draws my attention also, being that I lived in Miami for such a long time, 37 years to be exact. But the one thing I am sad about is this sign over here. I had never noticed that this sign was here. Obviously it says private property, no trespassing, violators will be prosecuted, right? And we know, as you can see on the sign there, that there's a friend here that I just recently named Tony. And this is the last time that I'm actually gonna be able to see Tony. Actually, I'm not even gonna go past this sign because I'm not gonna get in trouble. And so I'm sorry, Tony, I'm not gonna be able to visit you anymore. However, being that I live in Central Florida, there's a lot of opportunities to make more friends with alligators and crocodiles and so forth and so on. So I'm very sad about that, but I am very excited to travel over to Clermont, Florida, visit Showcase of Citrus. So come join me and let's go have a wonderful day. And by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a hint at you, just so you have an idea, right? As I do my intro, whenever you do see me wear this Orlando cap and these sunglasses, it kind of match my Orlando baseball cap, you can have an idea that I'm not going to any Disney parks. Whenever you see me wearing the Disney baseball hat or cap, and you see me with my Mickey sunglasses, that's a tall tale sign that I'm going into Disney property, whether it's one of the parks or Disney Springs. So just, I thought I'd throw that at you, so that way you know what to expect based on what I wear. Now, just to be a little bit more transparent, am I always gonna wear a baseball hat? Probably not. And the reason why I'm doing so now in the last few videos is because it's darn hot out here and my forehead is getting suntanned. It's funny because when I get a haircut, you can kind of see where the suntan line is, and I can't stand that. So that is the reason why I'm wearing baseball caps as of late. But am I always gonna wear them? No. But with that being said, if I'm not wearing my baseball hat, right, you can still tell where I'm going or what I'm going to be doing, whether it's going to be Disney or outside of Disney, based on my sunglasses. So the white sunglasses, the one I have on today, is a sign that I'm not going to Disney. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that at you guys. But this is pretty much one of the roads that I take as I travel over to Clermont, Florida. Obviously, we're passing Disney property. Another video that I'm looking to do in my near future is on Clermont, Florida. I absolutely love Clermont, Florida. It's a beautiful city. As a matter of fact, if somebody blindfolded you and brought you over to Clermont, you would have never guessed that you're in Florida. With all the hills that it has, it's absolutely beautiful. Clermont is beautiful. And I'm definitely looking to do a video there. This is State Road 27. Which takes you all the way to Clermont, which, by the way, if you head in the other direction, it'll take you all the way down to Miami, which in Miami, it's called Okeechobee Road. But Clermont is absolutely beautiful. I'm definitely thinking of making a video there, just kind of showing the roads and stuff. Not so much kind of locations, even though if I can find some locations to film, I will. But kind of showing you the roads, and all the hills that it has. As a matter of fact, I come across a lot of people. I meet a lot of people in my line of industry and in my line of work. And I always tell them, have you been to Clermont, Florida? When I find out that they just moved over here from other parts of the United States or even other parts of the world. I asked them if they ever been to Clermont, Florida, and they tell me no, and then I'm trying to explain to them, but now I want to create a video where I can actually show them the video, and they have a better understanding of what Clermont looks like and is all about. So very excited about that as well. And we're approaching our destination. So if you can see here, actually, let me get my phone from here. We're approaching our destination, coming up close. But yeah, this is Clermont, Florida. This is State Road 27. I pass by here all the time as I'm traveling towards a customer of mine or what have you. But as you can see here, this is what I was talking about. Here's the 4x4. Here's one of them. I think they just have this one for display right over there. And we're approaching our destination, Showcase of Citrus. Very excited to get in there, by the way. Okay, friends, so we made it over to Showcase of Citrus. So excited to get in here. I was just talking to Ann, which was the one who kind of booked me for the 4x4 monster truck tour. I'm very excited about it. I mean, I really am. Now, this ticket, as you can see, it has a warning. It has a disclaimer. Obviously, you know, it's a 4x4, very tall 4x4. You don't want to fall off of it. You don't want to clown around, get injured. But I just walking around before even starting the video, I was so impressed by this location here. But I absolutely love this. I wonder how long this has been standing here. So you can see you got Tampa. If you go that way, it's about what, 58 miles and so forth. Trying to see, look, they even have New Orleans, Los Angeles, 2,180 miles from here. That is so cool. And then this drove my attention as well. This is so cool. I love the mill here. And as I mentioned in my intro, they have gem mining, so we'll take a look at that as well. But this over here looks absolutely awesome. It actually looks pretty much real. Very cool. Love the mill background. Spinning around. Very cool. Now this sign states that the story of the bronze alligator rub its tail and toss a quarter for good fortune. So I just happen to have a quarter here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and rub its tail and toss a quarter in for good luck. Let's go ahead and rub its tail. Rub the tail. Go ahead and, there you go. It disappeared. Where'd it go? It disappeared into, I guess, algae that's in there, but completely disappeared. Now here's another piece of relic. I wonder how long this has been out here. We'd love to know what year this is. You can actually look in the motor somewhere over here. It gives you like the model number. Doesn't tell you what year, but if I really looked into it, it'll tell you what year this was manufactured. But yeah, this is, you know, classic Americana John Deere. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. You can actually jump on here because I've seen people taking pictures on here. You can jump on here and kind of take a photograph. So cool. There's State Road 27 there on the background. So we're just gonna kind of walk around. I'm gonna show you the property, some of the things that you're able to see as you're here. And I'm definitely excited for this 4x4 tour, which is actually at 12. I have to wait till 12. There is one that starts at 11. However, there's a party and they took over the 11 o'clock one, so I have to wait till 12 o'clock. But this over here kind of reminds me of Key West. You go to Key West all the way to the end of Key West, you see one just like this and it says 90 miles to Cuba. But this one here, obviously, Showcase of Citrus in Clermont, Florida. Very cool. Now, I'm kind of wondering if they have some type of crocodiles or alligators here. Not sure. I know they have like a fake one over there. But as you can see over there, they have some people. They come over here and fish. So I'm gonna actually go over there to that bridge. Now, they do have this pier here that you can fish on. But they also have a sign that says, catch and release all bass, brim, catfish, and perch. You are welcome to keep any tuna, grouper, snapper, mahi-mahi, and all billfish. Now, I'm only assuming that if you catch a great white shark here, you can actually keep them also. Great white shark. Somebody caught this guy and just left him here hanging for photo opportunities. Now, also, they also say here that Florida's original coconut weather station at Showcase of Citrus is when a coconut is dry, wet, underwater, invisible, swinging, or missing. Those are the conditions that you're gonna get. Sunshine, rainy, floody, foggy, windy, or there's a hurricane. So I thought this sign was cool. I wonder how many alligators are in there. Let's take a look. So over here, as you can see, they have a fake alligator, but right on top of it, there's a real one. Kind of just basking in the sun. This place is so cool. Okay, friends, so Showcase of Citrus is open daily from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. It is open 365 days a year. That includes all the holidays, and it is pet friendly. So if you have a loved one, right, your pet, you can bring them along. Also, make sure that you keep them on a leash. You definitely don't want them to go inside the water. Obviously, they do have some crocodiles in there, so just be careful with that. But let's go inside the store and take a look inside. Now, they also offer slushies, as you can see here. They have what they call the world famous slushie, small, medium, and large. They have the creamsicle slushie layered with frozen yogurt, and shaved ice. Now, they don't have prices here because it all depends on the season. But this is also something else you can get. As you can see, this is the bar where you're able to order some of that stuff. And just kind of walking in here, I love all the relics that they have up here. This is so cool. I'm actually enamored with this place. We got some of these. Price of that. Some of these smaller crocodiles. It's kind of like the size of the one that we just saw. We got a huge Bigfoot here. Looks like the Bigfoot from Harry and the Hendersons. It's so cool. Just love this type of stuff. Now over here, as you can see, they have their own hot sauces. all types that you can pick from. That one seems very hot. So cool. They got pumpkin spice hot sauce. Very cool. That one seems dangerous. Some spices that you can purchase also. Is that Winnie the Pooh with wings? That's cool. Alright, so here's Winnie the Pooh. It's gorging on some honey. Now over here they do have a bee warning. Why is that? Because back there is where they keep the beehives, and whenever the honeycombs are filled with honey, they put them behind here and here and here. And this is where that gallon is filled. As you can see, there's a bee there flying around, and then these bottles are filled. So this is 100% legit local honey from here, from this property, which I think is very, very awesome. Now I love this here. I love how it says here, real honey never expires. Did you know, and from my understanding is, that is the only food in the world ever that never expires. And I'm happy to see that Mickey is here. Mickey is here. Here's an elephant that the little kids can ride there. So you can see. Jump on there. Ride the elephant. It's cool. And then Sam is saying, I want you. Uncle Sam. And they have a song that kind of fits Uncle Sam going on right now. Now, if you look at the bar here, I love the seats. They're saddles, which is very unique. I've never seen this before. So I absolutely love that. Just love all the relics. Look at our old bicycle there. Relics all over the place hanging. Love this Indian here. So cool. Just a lot to look at, which is what I love. Look at that bicycle over there. Just all the relics up there. Now they do have a special on beer. If you want to get a bucket, that includes 6 bottles of beer, $16.50, and then if you want to get a single bottle, $3.50, which is a very good price. And then it says here that if you do want alcohol, just ring the bell. And you also have relics like these gas pumps. They're so cool. Just a lot to look at in here. And they got this guy here. It's kind of tied up. Make sure he doesn't fall over. This is so cool.
I am Zoltar, the great gypsy, and I can see your fortune. Come see it too.
Are you talking to me? He's talking to me. Zoltar. Now, I love this soda offerings that they have here. They have different types of soda. Look, they have a buffalo wing soda, and they also have a mustard flavored soda, butter soda, ranch dressing soda, cucumber soda, all these weird sodas that they have here. I don't know if I would ever. They got a Farrah Fawcett soda. Cool. I don't know if I would ever try any of these. They have a sweet corn soda, green soda. That is so odd. This is the pickled flavored soda. Weird. But cool. Very cool. Here's something else that they offer. This is a mix and match jams and salsa. 2 for $12 or $6.50 each. Now these look pretty good too. This will go great with like tortilla chips. Right? That's what they're for. Habanero peach salsa. Chow chow. We also have salad dressings here. Strawberry poppy seed dressing. Raspberry vinaigrettes. More honey. They also offer these soaps here. And again, I just love all the license plates up there. You got Betty Boop up there. Just love all this stuff here. I wonder how old that horse is. Got that vintage Pepsi Cola sign. So cool. And then I love all these play tractors hanging from the ceiling here. Them old Tonka Toys. Just love it. I really like this place, let me tell you. Now past this point, you're not allowed to take any backpacks, bags, purses, knives, blankets, picnics, or eating fruit in the grove. You're not allowed to. And then over here, as you can see, there's going to be a birthday party, so you can rent this place out for, you know, I'll find out how much, but you can rent this out obviously and make your own little party. Kids can, as you can see, play around. They got toys over here. They can play in the sand, do some excavating there. So it's cool. Got this playground set. Got a little tiki hut over here that you can come over, kind of chill out as you look over this pond over here. Now you do have to be careful. Again, if you bring your pets over here, you got to be very careful. They do have this pond over here, which clearly states dangers, alligators and snakes. Kind of like the one we saw over by my house. Or I should say Tony's house. So just be careful with that. But past these two tigers here and that dinosaur there, we're gonna be able to see some of the animals that they have for exhibit. Let's go take a look. Now I love how they have this tree labeled here. It's a guava tree. And then as we approach the fence here, look, come across this humongous dude, an ostrich. This guy is huge. Hello, ostrich. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? Hello there. You got some big eyes. Look at his eyes. So, I'm just chilling here. Look at these two pigs just hanging out. We got some cattle there in the background. We got duck there. This guy is like scoping me out. What is he doing? This guy is an interesting fellow. That is a big, big bird. Hello there. Hello there. Now you can always purchase, I think they give you a bucket. Actually, they do give you a bucket. It says it there. You can buy a bucket of carrot, corn, and different treats for the animals. As you can see here, we got a goat there, but you can purchase some food for them. They also have donkeys over there. If you do want to come here and feed them. Now you do have to be careful when you feed them. You don't want to get hurt like this guy is, bleeding there in his hand, but use caution when feeding donkey and pony. May bite or fart. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the warning. So over here's the entrance to the groves. So if you do want to pick, you know, your different citruses, they have lemon, lime, orange, grapefruit, and so forth. This is how you enter. You enter through here. And look, it's Orangebird. Now you do have to have a wristband, so obviously you do have to purchase the right to come in here and pick some fruit. So they give you a wristband, as you can see here, and there are no exceptions. Then over here, we got a couple of larger bunnies. This guy's huge. So yeah, they got Orangebird. Here in Central Florida, you can never get away from Disney. So over here, this is where you can actually do the gem mining. So you can see here the water coming down. You buy the gems inside the shop, or you buy the bag of sand that has some gems inside, put it in there, kind of shake it up, and discover some of the gems that come inside the bags. And these are the locations where you can find some of those gems inside the bags, all over the continent, all over the world. Kind of gives you instructions on how to do some gem mining. And then here are some of the gems that you'll be able to find. Which are pretty cool. We got shark teeth. Now over this bridge, this is where you go get on the 4x4. Obviously we're not going to do that till about 12 o'clock, but you go over this bridge. Now these are the bathrooms, and they are gender neutral, but they will ask you, are you Democrat or are you Republican? And right behind the restrooms, you can see this gas tank over here, kind of painted as a watermelon. I love that. And then the top up here is a ladybug. I just love this type of signage. It just draws my attention. Got some old vintage signs here. I love this golf one. Oh, this is so cool. This is definitely stuff. Like if I had a business, this is stuff that I would put up on my business. All these old vintage signs. Just love them. Look at this pump here. I think that's a gas pump, like from back in the day. Guarantee Liquid Measure Company, Rochester, Pennsylvania. Just love these relics from the past. And they also have a wine room, which we're gonna check out here. So you can see they have nice selection here. So, wine room. Vino in Spanish, which they have here. Here's a little information on the gem mining. There's a little kid doing that himself. Here's the tour, some information on the tour. Very cool. And you got the Elvis up there. Little article, Winter Haven Sun, back in May 2021, about this place. This is a very nice place. I'm glad I came in today. After passing by it so many times, it's finally nice to come in here and take a look at it. Here's another cool dude over here. He's got the astronaut. But here's where you can buy the bags. Here for the gem mining. Here's some of the gems that you can find again. Over here at this station is where you could buy the animal feed. So you can see here, you got carrots. Don't know what type of vegetable that is, but maybe kale. And you got some pellets for the other animals. And here are the prices. $12 for this size bucket, which is this one here. And then $3 for the smaller one. And here, depending on the animal, you also have corn there and so forth. This is where you can buy them. Now, I just found out that today, September the 28th, they are doing Spanish festival, or Latin festival, I should say. So, very cool. I actually came in a perfect day. So, they are going to have some live entertainment. But as you can see here, this is the special that they have on Madala beer. You can get 5 of them for 12 bucks. And this is so cool. This place is very cool. So they're gonna have some live entertainment. I'm gonna try to stick around for that. Not sure. It begins at 1 o'clock all the way through 5 o'clock. So not 100% sure we're gonna stick around for that, but I just might. But I did want to show you guys this mural here, which I'm very big into murals. Got that alligator there. Got the monster 4x4. Got the wine. There's that creamsicle. Then you got people here, family here, it looks like, picking fruit. And you got this large tortoise here. This is pretty cool. And then they also offer some food trucks here. They have one over there with Spanish food. They have the deep fly. And then over here, you can also rent out these pavilions for parties. So you can see here. This is a larger one. We saw that tiki hut over there for that party that they're throwing for that 5-year-old child. But this one here, this is a bigger pavilion, obviously. It even has a stage show. I'm assuming they do. This is where they do the live shows, actually. But I think you could also rent out this location here for a larger party. And what's cool about it is they can actually put some kegs there, so, you know, serve some beer while you're watching some entertainment here, which is cool. I think this is where they do the live show. So I'm gonna stick around to at least 1 o'clock to kind of see the beginning of the show. But this is so cool here. You can hear one of the 4x4s starting up as the driver revs the engine. There it is over there. We're going to be riding that at 12 o'clock. It is an hour tour, so, and warned me that if I am going to ride on the 4x4, to make sure I do use the restroom before I jump on there, because it is a 1 hour tour, which kind of heads in that direction. But make sure you use the restroom, otherwise there's not going to be a place where you can stop. You also got this old pickup truck here, and then it's broken down, so you got a couple of guys working on it, kind of seeing what is wrong with the engine there. This is cool. Now, one of the food trucks, this is the food truck that I particularly want to come and eat, the D-Fly, which offers Cuban food, which I'm very excited about. They have Cuban Sandwich, tamales. Here's the menu. Definitely gonna get something to eat from here. Then over here, here's the other food truck that they have. Here's a glance at the menu here, and it's called Pastelitos Abuelo Juan. So we got the American flag and the Venezuelan flag. So I'm assuming this is more of a Venezuelan type of food cart, right? You got the empanadas here, tequeños, which looks very appetizing as well. So, you know, they got a couple of food offerings here, which I think is absolutely awesome. And this place is starting to get a little bit filled with people. As you can see, when I got here, there was only 2 other cars. Now it's getting full, and then there's more parking back here, which is awesome. So in a little bit, this place is gonna be jamming, which I'm very excited about. And I'm glad I got here pretty early, because that way I was able to film like the kids section over there without having kids running around. Don't want to film them. So that was very cool that I got here early. Here's a little bit of another look at what they offer here at this food cart. Pastelito Abuelo Juan. All right, friends, so this is State Road 27. I never imagined in my life walking down this sidewalk. I always drive by it, never imagine walking by it. All the way over there is Showcase of Citrus, but the reason why I'm here is because I wanted to showcase this fella right here. You have the big King Kong holding up the US flag, and you can tell how windy it is. It's not even moving. That flag is not moving, not even an inch. It is hot, and you don't feel, look at it, look at these trees here. Look at this vegetation here, look at this. None of it is moving. There is no wind here. So anyway, I just wanted to come over here, show that. Now we're gonna walk all the way back. Good exercise. I'm putting in my steps. My back is sweating like crazy, but I wanted to see this guy from up close. I always just kind of drive by it at 60, 65 miles an hour. I've never actually seen him this close. So for me, it's awesome to actually see him this close. Anyway, let's head back over there. All right, friends, it is time for our tour. And as we head over the bridge here, as you can see, we're gonna come across this section. Now, what I love about this section is that it's giving us a map of the property as far as U-Pick is concerned. And as you can see over here, here are the seasons based on whatever it is you want to pick. So if you're looking to pick, for example, the Valencia oranges, you can only pick them between February and June. If you want to pick the tangerines, okay, none available. Actually, these are the different characters of, or different types of tangerines. But if you want to do the grapefruits, you have to come here during the end of November all the way through May. And so I think that is pretty cool. As far as, let me go over here. As far as the 4x4 tour, it is wheelchair accessible. As you can see over there, you can see a ramp, and it is wheelchair accessible. They do daily tours at 10, 11, 12, 1, 3, and 4, and then also asterisk 5 and 6. What that means is 5 and 6 p.m. is depending on daylight saving time. So if you're on daylight saving time, then you're not going to be able to see or experience this tour. Okay. Now for active military and veterans, you do ride free, but you do have to show an ID for that as well, which I think is very cool. So we're about to hop in. Can't wait for the tour. It is an hour tour, and just keep in mind, if you are gonna come on this tour, just make sure you use the restroom, because you're not gonna be able to use it. There is no restroom while you're on the tour. So just keep that in mind. All right, guys, so here we are. We're finally jumping on the 4x4. So very fortunate I was able to actually get in before everybody else, so that way I can sit right next to the driver, which is so absolutely awesome. And I'm looking very excited to kind of seeing this tour. Very, very cool. I'm so appreciative of the cast here, of the members here, of the staff here, of the employees here. They've been so graceful to me. I let them know that I was doing a video, and they've just been so helpful to me, giving me tips. Gentleman over here named Orlando, he was able to kind of let me up here before everybody else, so that way I can sit at the front and show you guys a great shot of this wonderful exploration of the orange groves. All right, folks, we're on our way. Now this 4x4 doesn't travel. There we go. Now this 4x4 doesn't travel very fast, and the driver just mentioned that if somebody drops something, as long as there is a volunteer willing to climb down the tires, then yes, we can retrieve, or they can retrieve what they just lost. So obviously, this property, we're gonna see a lot of orange groves and stuff, and limes, and they were telling me that tangerines, grapefruits, and so forth are available for picking during their season. And then also keep in mind that this tour is, as the driver just mentioned, 45 minutes to an hour.
All right, everybody enjoy your tour?
Yes.
Perfect.
So far.
The Arnold family bought this property back in the 60s, and there's several generations that live on the ranch as well as work here. Right now we're in the lower 500 acres, it's all citrus. We'll be going up in the upper 2,000 acres, it's all cattle ranch. Look at our trees out here. You see we've had to remove quite a few trees and have a lot of new ones going in. That's because of a disease called the citrus greening disease that came over from Asia in the 1990s, and other plants spread into our citrus industry. What causes the problem is a small insect called an Asian psyllid. It's half the size of a grain of rice or smaller. You could easily have 20 or more on one leaf alone. They can fly, so they have no problem going from tree to tree. What they do is they feed on the leaves. As they feed on the leaves, it puts a toxin into the tree. It can kill an adult tree within 8 to 9 years. A tree that should live easily 80, 90, 100 years or more. California has some trees over 200 years old, but they could be killed within 8 to 9. There is no control for it. We could spray, but that's not going to solve our problem. One big reason is we have our own beekeepers. We make our own honey. We don't want to cause a problem with the bees, because the orange blossom honey, the saw palmetto honey, the wildflower honey, these are all commodities we have up in the store, and we want to be able to continue to share that with the public. As far as eating the citrus, nothing wrong with it. It's not going to hurt you. What the disease does, it causes an early drop. Citrus doesn't have a chance to ripen. The citrus that does ripen is smaller in size. And when you're harvesting commercially for juice oranges, You don't want a bunch of tiny juice oranges. You want nice, big, sweet juice oranges. When the oranges are harvested, they're all harvested by hand. Nothing on the ground is ever used. That goes for cattle feed. The orange will go through a process. First, they juice it. Then they separate the oil out of the juice. They process the oil. That becomes your cleaning solvents, your degreasers, your furniture polishes. And then all that's left is just the pulp and the rind. Well, they process that and that becomes dairy cattle food. So 100% of that orange is going to get used up. And about 70% of all the oranges that are harvested on the 500 acres here go to Florida's Natural to become orange juice. So the next time you go to a store and you see that great big bin of juice oranges in there, sort out about 35 or 40 of the nice big ones, because that's how many oranges it will take you every time just to make 1 gallon of orange juice. And Florida does provide well over 70% of all the oranges for the United States, Japan, and United Kingdom. Oranges themselves go back way over 7,000 years, back to India and China. It wasn't until the early 1500s when a gentleman, you might recognize his name, Ponce de Leon. He's out there looking for that fountain of youth. He made a stop in China. He put some trees on board, put some seeds on board. The very first trees to be planted were up in St. Augustine, Florida, back in the early 1500s. Back behind us, we've got 25 to 30 acres put aside as a U-pick area. Depending on what's in season at the time, you go to the store, purchase different size bags, and go out there and pick whatever you like. Mix and match, pick all of one kind. Lemons, limes, tangerines, grapefruit, oranges. There's over 40 different citrus growing on the 500 acres. And as far as the season goes, November, December, usually around Thanksgiving they start coming in, right up through about the middle of May. After that, then the whole process starts over till the following November, December. Okay, no alligators yet. It's kind of hard to believe, but there is 3.2 million alligators in the state of Florida. The old truck out there, that's why we call this Whiskey River. That truck goes back to the 1930s. It used to be an old water truck at one time, but back in the 30s in the Prohibition era, it didn't take them long to realize there was a little bit more money in running moonshine than running water around. And it became an old moonshiner's truck. It was on the property when the property was purchased in the 60s, and the owners decided to leave it because it is a piece of history out there. And you never know, on 2,000 acres, somewhere out there in the woods or out there in the swamp, there might be an old still waiting to be discovered. Maybe some good old copper, and with any luck, maybe just a little bit of the old 30s down in the bottom of it.
cattle over there.
These buildings off in the distance over here, we take the animal waste from Animal Kingdom in Disney. They bring that over in large trucks. We put it in the drying bins, and then we put it in our own field for fertilizer. So Disney gets rid of the animal waste. We bid it from fertilizer for our fields. Zebra's born. During the first 9 minutes, it can stand up. Within 20 minutes, has the capability of walking, and within the hour, it can run. The zebra live anywhere from 20 to 22 years in captivity, about 15 years out in the wild. And for every 1 human year, it's equivalent to 6.5 years for a zebra.
All right, friends, so we did the 4x4 tour. I think it was pretty awesome, but we didn't get to see a lot of the animals that are out there. What the driver did mention that in some occasions you're able to see some black panthers, which I was looking very forward to seeing. But you know, when I got off and I went in through the gift shop Orlando, one of the employees here told me that the better time to come and do the tour is during the 4 and 5 o'clock time, you know, when they're doing the tours. He said that that's when you're more than likely going to be able to see some of the animals come up to the actual right vehicle for you to feed them. So that was the tip that he gave me. But all in all, it was pretty fun. It was about a 45-minute ride, and it was, you know, it was nice to go out there and kind of be able to see some of the grounds, some of the animals, and so forth. So unfortunately, I was looking forward to seeing an alligator or so, but I didn't. But it is what it is, you know. That's how it is. There's nothing you can do to control that. I understand that, but all in all, it was fun. Again, it's $25. They do tours beginning at 10, 11, or I should say 11, 12, all the way through 6 p.m. Now the 5 o'clock and the 6 p.m. are depending on daylight saving time, so just keep that in mind. And overall, it was a nice experience. All right, friends, so I'm back at the D-Fly, which is a Cuban and international food cart, and I decided to go with the Cuban Sandwich. As you can see there on top, $11.99. I'm hoping that it is good, but I not only ordered a Cuban Sandwich, but I ordered a colada, which you and I also know it as an espresso. It is Cuban style coffee, and here is again another look at the menu, and I'm looking very forward to diving into the colada. So this is what we call a colada over here. It is kind of like an espresso. You can see a lot of foam on here. This foam is what makes a colada. So again, this is a Cuban coffee, very good. I'll tell you one thing, you know, that's one thing that I miss about Miami are these coffees here. You know, I used to visit a lot of mechanic shops back in the line of work that I was in, and everywhere I went, as far as customers are concerned, they always had one of these, and they would always say, "Hey, Javier, do you want a shot of Cuban coffee?" Again, colada. And that's what I ate. So it's kind of in my blood, as a matter of fact. So this is your traditional Cuban coffee here. All right, friends, so the owner brought me the Cuban Sandwich. So you can see it's the traditional Cuban sandwich with the pork. You got the pickle right there. You also have the mustard, the cheese. Comes with French fries. It looks very, very appetizing. And that's what you're able to get over here at the deep fry. All right, friends, so it was a blast coming over here to the showcase of Citrus. Live music going on. The staff here is super friendly. They were so welcoming. They went out of the way to make me feel good as a YouTuber, a vlogger, somebody coming in here and creating content. They made it so welcoming. I am so thankful to Anne. I am thankful to also Hunter. I am thankful to Orlando, Tim, and then also Andrea. But I had a blast here. Let me tell you something. If you are visiting Florida or Disney, take a 15-minute, maybe 20-minute trip over to Showcase of Citrus. There's so much activity going on in here. So much fun. I don't even feel like leaving right now, to be honest with you, but it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. But I'm gonna end this stream like I always do. We came, we saw, and we conquered. And do me a favor, have a wonderful day. Peace.